What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In this episode, we're going to be checking out the Magnus Motorsports Billet R35 VVT covers. Let's get these things unboxed and then we'll talk about it further. Okay, so this is everything that you get. The white box has lines, fittings and banjo bolts, etc. And obviously the ones in bubble wrap are the two VVT covers for the left and the right side. They also include two brand new OEM gaskets for the VVT covers, which is a nice touch, so you don't need to get them again. But you do get these gaskets in the OEM R35 rebuild kit anyway in the gasket set, so you'll have some spares. Alright, let's have a look at these bad boys. Damn, they look absolutely epic. That is some beautiful billet right there. They've even got their Magnus Motorsports logo engraved on it, which is good. So I guess the question is, why do you actually need these? Well, a little bit of research and obviously some help from people who have gone through the process and rebuilt various R35, VR38 engines has led to a bit of insight as to, potential issues that could come up when you're going through the rebuild. So what happens is when you have a cylinder head that has been cut or decked, or the engine block that has been, decked, during this process, obviously removing metal from that surface to give it a clean mating surface, you're essentially either reducing the height of your total engine, which means your block is a little bit shorter and doesn't correctly align to your front engine cover, which is where the VVT covers sit, as well as a couple of sensors, and there's some seals for the VVT. So what I've found and what people have said is that due to the difference in height, your seals can potentially blow out, which means the seals inside the VVT component there that you probably would have seen maybe a minute or so back can potentially rub against your intake cam gear, which means over time it'll quickly wear out and it'll result in a P0011 code, which essentially means that your VVT will not work on your R35 GTR. So to remedy that, Magnus have designed this kit, which is designed to essentially adjust the location of your VVT so that you can get perfect alignment and hence not have this code. Now the same thing applies obviously if you're using a slightly thicker head gasket, which means you now have slightly different height compared to stock. So what Magnus Motorsports has done is come up with a tool as part of this kit to ensure that you get perfect alignment. The tool essentially slots into where the exhaust cam side VVT would sit, and there's an adjustment component on the billet VVT covers that allows you to make minor adjustments so that when you do put the proper VVT component back in, it's perfectly aligned and you won't have issues. So as you can see in the background, that's pretty much everything that's included in the kit. So let's have a look at the alignment tool and you can see exactly what it looks like. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the silver braided lines and silver fittings. I think they should offer a black option, which most people end up painting their covers black anyway, so it just makes sense. So let's have a look at the VVT alignment tool. So this is it here, and essentially you install the covers and then you remove a component and then slot this in, get your alignment correct, and then adjust the component on the outside, which I'll have to show you in another video. And since most people get their front engine covers powder coated or painted black, it just made sense that something special was done to these VVT covers to match the engine that these are being installed onto. So let's have a look at what the guys at Blackout Garage have done, and we'll show you the final result. So here you can actually see the part where the VVT seals goes. That's the part in the middle with the two holes. There's 3 seals per side, and that's where we need to take some caution, hence the alignment tool. The Magnus kit does come with the seals as well. From memory, you do also get them in your OEM engine gasket kit, so you might have some spares there as well. And this is the final look of how the VVT covers will be. They've been hydro dipped in carbon to match the rest of the front engine cover and the overall theme of this particular engine. It's a bit of a shame that most of this is hidden well away in the engine bay, but you know, for those who pay close attention, you'll probably be able to see them, so it will look good in the end. You can also see here on the front that there's 2 fittings that goes on, so that's essentially where the lines and fittings go and connect to, and we'll have to show more of this a bit later. It looks like the dip here on this side is not perfect, but it is what it is, and given where it sits in the engine bay, will probably be pretty hard to notice unless you're, taking a magnifying glass to it or something like that and having a really close look. Anyway, let's have a look at the other side. It's a bit of a shame that we're going to be hiding all this beautiful billet work, but to match the overall theme of the engine, it just made sense to have them hydro dipped along with the rest of the front engine cover, so it matches all up. And you can see on this side that the dipping is much better and it's much smoother and cleaner, so there's not much imperfections and it does look really, really good. Obviously, we'll have to be very careful when removing the VVT removable components on this, because there's a risk that the actual dip might crack and flake away, so have to take some caution there. Anyway, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Another video will come out when we're actually using the alignment tool and getting the alignment perfect, but let's take a few seconds to admire these beautiful pieces of automotive art. In the next video, we'll be installing these onto the engine build that we've been doing over these past few months, so keep an eye out for that video. Like and subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and I'll catch you in the next one.